It's so nice to meet you all.
All
Wayne,
right.
I actually spoke to you like decades ago, or not decades ago, but it's a while ago for that Anthony Mackie basketball movie, uh, which was a phoner.
Wow.
So we never actually met in person. So I actually get to see you in person. But I'm a long time fan, long time fan. So
Thank you, Edward.
I assume this show started with you. So can you talk me through like how you kind of decided to kind of do this, who you approached, how you decided to put together?
Well, the assumption would be erroneous because it actually starts with the family because I couldn't just drag my family on camera. Mandie and we have a production company called the Wayne and Mandie Creative that we along with the family decided that we were going to share our story. So we approached Fremantle, our partners, and then we created it. But in a bigger way, the show came about because we've known our family as long as we've been family, and other people have had interest in it, other studios. So we were approached a few times about doing a scripted project, but those scripted things never captured the real voice of a multicultural, multi-generational blended family like this. So at one point, after our last script was written during the pandemic and we had this big sitcom deal and it just didn't work, we said, let's just really share what this is. And we got a lot of response on TikTok because of our dancing videos during the pandemic. So Mandie really spearheaded this and said, "Hey, let's show what our families like, and give them the real deal."
Jason, you were a dancer for Wayne, like in Vegas, like ages ago, or you guys knew each other before you met Mandie even?
No, so Mandie produced sort of Wayne's residency at the Venetian in Vegas, and they had come out to New York to hire dancers. And so I just happened to go to that audition, sort of on a fluke. I was I was in the middle of my season, and that's how I met all of them in the beginning.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she saw his shirtless audition photo, and it was on.
It was a wrap.
Like, we're hiring him.
Yeah, yeah, Mandy, how are you? What are your motivation to kind of do this? I mean, sort of you've kind of been very much in Wayne's life behind the scenes for so long, and this kind of pulls you right up to the front in camera. Like, what was kind of like your thoughts going into it?
How fun. How fun. Wayne and I started, we met each other in a show together. So it's being in front of the camera is actually not new for me, but I also enjoyed producing and creating behind. And then like Wayne is so amazing. He's the most talented person, I believe, on this earth. And so it's been fun to create and produce and work with him. I mean, I love it just as much as being on camera. So it's really nice to be back, actually.
Yeah, yeah, Miley, kind of in the show, it touched a little bit about your wanting privacy. I mean, obviously, you're some of your age, you want privacy, you want to have live your life and not have your family all around. And now you have it on a show where you're being filmed all the time. So how did you kind of adjust to that?
Um, I think wanting privacy from your parents and want general sense are very different things. I really enjoyed the shooting process. I think I adjusted to it the fastest. And I really enjoyed coming to work every day and working with my family. I think the privacy aspect is more like any person in their early 20s, any teenager that's kind of like, just leave me in my room and let me be. And no, I don't want to tell you where I'm going. So I think it's not necessarily like mutually exclusive. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. When I was 48, I had to move back in with my mother because I got cancer. I had to get treated. And so I was living with my mother when I was 48 years old, and it's not fun. Losing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
That.
Yeah. 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 By the way, I've good high hopes for the next generation. Miley knew to unmute herself, where anyone over 40 would not have known to do that. So congratulations on that. Um, yeah. So I mean, Wayne, I mean, I mean, first of all, we're not going to spoil anything in the show. Obviously, we want things to kind of be revealed. I mean, there's a few things about you we kind of know over the years because you kind of mentioned, like, unless you make a deal, you might throw something out there about your life. This one, you really kind of go out there. Was that stuff you knew you wanted to put it on the show and have out there on the show?
yes, the show was very much done with intention, and the intention, when I say intention, the intention isn't, ooh, let's get on TV, because we don't need that. I think the intention was after we saw during the pandemic how people responded to the weirdness. Everybody, it's so weird that two people can still exist in each other's lives and then have a chosen family around that. I never thought it was weird until other people thought it was weird. And then Mandie can speak to it more. The DMs that she would get voiced from all these women and families saying, "Oh, how great if I can have my family still be intact even if we're not together. What's your secret?" And we're like, just lots of tears, fears, and therapy. So Mandie, can you speak to the response?
Yeah, 10 years ago, because this is not new for us, we actually like tried pitching a show very similar to this when Miley was 9, so even past that. And people, their response to it was, wow, you guys are kind of weird, freakish, actually. Who does that? Miley had some teachers that are confused when Wayne and Jason would show up to parent-teacher conferences. And so now, in 2020, cut to 40 years later, people are like, I wish my parents were like you. I wish that I had a family that would accept me like you. How do you do it? I feel lonely. How do I find a group of people that accept me and will love me no matter what? And those were the comments. I'm like, I wonder if this might be the time for us now, where people are actually seeing the beauty of it all rather than going, ew, that's weird. That's weird. Mandy's probably having sex with Wayne and Jason. They're just freaks. You know what I mean? They live in the same house, which was never true. But now we have more of, will you adopt me? Can I become a part of your family? I wish I had both parents in my life. I wish I had people in my life that love me. So that was the stuff that we're like, oh, I see how this can kind of help people.
Did you guys resist the temptation to call it the New Brady Bunch? Because that's the most famous blended family TV show ever.
Why would there be any temptation for somebody at 52 who from the time that I was in elementary school, folks would joke about the Brady Bunch? That was never a temptation for us. Trust me, my friend.
The only other Brady, the Brady Bunch has haunted me my whole life.
Yeah.
I'll say what's really cool about this, and pardon my dogs, is the show uses me as the way in, but you get to see a family really work, and it isn't Pollyanna. It's not all smiles. I think that we also were able to do this because I've never really been a person to talk about my life, because I'm from the era of showbiz where it's talent first. Why should I speak about what I've got going on behind closed doors? You should just look at what I'm doing on screen and that's it. But at some point, we also realize that the world has changed. People want to be touched and connect with real stories, and also using this show as a device to speak about things that affect us for real, in terms of gender, in terms of family, in terms of sexuality, in terms of real family dynamics, showing other people that even if it's the guy on TV that makes you laugh, it's real. And that's good, bad, warts and all.
How weird or awkward is it to have your ex-wife and ex-girlfriend talking about you in front of you? Because that feels like what's one part of the show, like probably the most. I mean, that must have been the time where it was just like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but was it really awkward in the moment, or kind of did you kind
we
of?
Don't want to give away spoilers, but
okay.
I will say that that's not weird for in that instance, because we brought that person into the sphere. But we'd had other people come in and they weren't a part of the sphere, and that can get weird.
I will say, like, and we were even having like lunch with some close friends yesterday. It sounds weird theoretically, I think, our situation, but anyone who knows us or has known us for a long time, I think, quickly like settles into the normalcy of it all, because it's really not that complicated.
It's love.
Yeah. Well, I've only seen 3 or 4 episodes so far, and I really enjoy it. I can't wait to see it. Actually, I'm very excited to see the rest of the Wiz preparation, because I saw you in the Wiz, and I was like, how is he doing the Wiz and also doing a show like a game show? I mean, I don't know how you managed to squeeze it all in together, but I can't wait to see some of that stuff as well. So
Oh, thanks, Ed. And thanks for coming to see the Wiz. Thanks, man.
Oh, and I saw Kinky Boots too. You know, I mean, I'm a fan for sure. So,
Oh,
Thanks, brother.
that's great.
well, thanks a lot, guys. I hope they think about doing it. I think they consider doing a second season. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, obviously. I mean, even if you have to do something on behind the scenes of Let's Make a Deal, so we know more about you and Jonathan and Tiffany and what you guys talk about off camera.
Great
That's the good
idea.
thing is as long as you're breathing, life is lifing.
Yeah.
So if we get a second season, then we definitely have more to share.